What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the ZeroLend protocol and how you can earn an airdrop for their Zero token in multiple ways. We've still got a bunch of time, so tune in and find out how you can maximize your points, which will eventually turn into this airdrop. Just remember, nothing I say here is financial advice. Do your own research. Now, one thing I will say here is, as always, we have a special group, the YouTube membership, the Web3 Secret Society, if you want extra coaching, guidance, and support. Now, ZeroLend, you guys may have heard of it before because this is really a protocol that people have sort of been using to lend and borrow money, right? Lend and borrow like capital. Now, there's a visit the app page, which we will get into, but I want to show you what the claim drop page looks like. This one right here. So when you click the claim drop page, you'll have to sign in with your wallet. I can't remember if there's specific transactions. Regardless, the first thing I would tell you is your first thought may be to just go to the website and get in, but make sure you're using a referral code. The reason I say this is if you set yourself up at the start, you will get yourself 20% bonus points. So this is very important. It doesn't matter if you use my referral code, which is in the link in the description, or you find somebody else who, whose code you want to use. Maybe it's your friend. Doesn't matter. You're doing yourself a disservice though if you just go to the website and you don't use a code. So get a code and get set up. The next thing you do is once you've signed up, it will automatically check what you've earned. So I always tell you guys, the first thing you should do on any project is join their Discord if they have one. I actually find that projects that don't have a Discord and instead have a Telegram, there's such chaos. They're typically end up being a bunch of usually unprofessional people running the program. Not always, right? Because I don't want to sort of say everyone's like that, but this is a basic generalization. And in this case, one last thing I'll say is if you're not willing to join their Discord, well, really, why should you be investing in them? If you don't join their Discord, you don't join their Twitter, I would ask yourself, are you actually that serious about this? That's the best way to get updates on those programs, on those protocols. And in this case, they give you 100 points if you join and get verified. That's straight up free. The next thing, which some people might like, I know people love saying GM or good morning in channels, you get 10 points per day. For some reason, I've done it once or twice. I haven't got credited. It is what it is. Now, the way you will truly earn points, there are three ways. The first is supplying collateral on the lending market. The second is borrowing assets from the lending market. And some of you are probably like, well, maybe I don't have the liquidity to sort of, get in right now on that, right? Because, like I always talk about, liquidity is, it's an opportunity cost, right? Like every single thing out here, most protocols are looking for ways to get our liquidity, to sort of lock it up. Now, the beauty about ZeroLend, and ironically, the first way I found out about this protocol, right? So this is what you see when you click on Visit App. You see this page. Now, I found out about this because somebody had let me know when you're farming on, ZK Sync or other protocols, you can actually lend them whatever token and withdraw it. You take zero fees, you pay zero wait time, you pay like a 2 to 5 cent gas charge, and you get the credit for the volume. So most places, you have to swap, you pay like a swapping fee. This is literally probably the best way to do it. So that's how I first got familiar with it. I joined their guild, which I won't show you here because it's not that important for this video. What is important is they have listed this asset specifically. You probably remember this from a campaign that we were all talking about probably, I don't know, not too long ago. Do you remember Manta Pacific? You remember my rant on it? Well, some people chose to swap their stone to ETH and get it out of the platform. One of your other options is if you have this on the platform or you still have it on Manta Pacific, you can make sure you're on the Manta Pacific network and actually lend this to them. So I actually took it out of Layer Bank, which is what I used to stake it with. And now I have put this into ZeroLend. I did this like 2-3 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I made a video. I know for a fact I told the Web3 Secret Society about this. And what you do is you go to the rewards page, or actually the dashboard page, and you can see here exactly what I've lent. So I've lent 2.02 Stone, 48.6 Manta, and I've lent, the USDC I held on the protocol. This is what I got from selling those NFTs prior, the leak codes and whatever. I bridged some into Ethereum and off. And once you sort of do the liquidity providing, whichever way it may be, you can join their guild. So you click on this link. It basically takes you to a page that it will basically verify a bunch of details. I won't put this here because it has a bunch of my personal information on it, because I did use a Gitcoin passport for another protocol. So I don't want to open it without verifying exactly what you guys will see. But that being said, if you have any assets that you can lend, perfect. What will happen is you will get a sort of collateralized value. If you go to rewards by clicking on the top left, so you see this right here, it shows you the pending rewards. Now, the pending rewards are always not that great in terms of how much you're getting. But remember, over here, we really care about the zero airdrop, right? So this will be converted to early zero this will be converted to zero and claim airdrops, which is you'll be able to claim some ZK Sync, some Manta, some Pyth. That's pretty sick. So I'm doing this now because even though it's $1.96, that's just sort of how much the rewards look like. But I'm more focused on banking those points to get these airdrop qualifications later. Okay, because this is what they would sell for, I think, on the market if you're doing it. So going back quickly, let's go back to this page over here. So what happens is this will automatically update because the wallet you log in with is your MetaMask wallet. It's your EVM address. So it's your OX. That's the one you've got to connect to the website when you go up here. I'll just disconnect and do this again. Connect wallet, just to sort of be very clear with you guys. I hope it doesn't make me, okay, no CAPTCHA. You just click on MetaMask. There's a ton of options. Just go to your EVM. So if whatever it is, if it's Rabby Wallet or MetaMask, I think this one, I have both. So it asks me because there are advantages to having MetaMask and Rabby. MetaMask typically has access to all the tokens right away. Rabby Wallet, it takes a little longer for them to have the integration. So right now you see it's just verifying the signature. Let's just wait a few seconds because I did this. But I just wanted to show you. So that's why you won't have to do anything extra because it's already binded, right? This thing knows that your wallet address is lending this out, and this number will continue to update every 6 hours. The next thing is borrowing assets, and this is sort of where I was falling short. I'm not a very I don't have a very high risk tolerance. So what I typically do is I like to supply. I don't like to borrow because I don't want to be liquidated. But I found a happy medium once I realized that they were paying 4 points per day per US on this. So what I do now is if I go to the dashboard, I took a look at my collateral and I wanted to make sure that two things happen. One, my APY that I collected on 5K would not be canceled out by whatever APY on my borrow would be. And I wouldn't be borrowing more than 19 or 20% of assets. This keeps my account health factor really high. There are a lot of degens out there who are happy to keep it at 1.5 to 2. That's not me. And there's some calculations in the back end, which I'm not going to talk about, but you should be, if you keep it, above 6, I think it's safe, but you should always monitor just in case, because as the asset values change, especially if you're borrowing assets that are going up, then the health factor in your account goes down. So of course, the supplying is the easy part. That's 100% safe, right? The borrowing is where you get into trouble. So that's why I try to keep this very small. If you're not very clear on how to do this, I would recommend that you avoid it. What I did was I borrowed 650 against my collateral, and then I deposited it back here. So that's actually what happened. I actually didn't have any USDC. I bridged all the, I misspoke earlier. I bridged all the ETH that I got from selling the lead codes off to either Arbitrum or was it Optimism? I can't remember. Anyways, so that's what I did. And I did this yesterday. And what this now does is if I go back to this page, I will gain basically 4 times 650 every single day. So that's that. The next is earned by referring a user. So every time you refer someone, you get a 20% referral bonus on like whatever points they get, and so do they. So there's an option. So if you have friends, you just click on this button, and what it does is it copies. Hold on, let's do this properly. If you click on this, it copies it into your clipboard. So the link is in your clipboard. And the last thing you can do right now is stake the Pyth token. So the Pyth token is a token that many people have talked about on the Solana ecosystem. There's a bunch of drama around it. People constantly ask me, is there going to be an airdrop? I believe there will be, but I also see that Pyth is a gate to some other tokens like ZeroLend. So in order to take advantage of this, you could go to to Jupiter. And Jupiter actually, so Jupiter, as you know, had a massive airdrop, but you can actually use swap limit order functions on Jupiter to trade some USDC. So let's say I want to buy some Pyth. I'm on the sort of limit order here. I pick this 2 USDC, get Pyth, place the limit order, and we're good. Then what you do, the last thing you got to do is you got to go to your profile and you sort of bind it to your EVM address. You hit submit, and then you're golden. That sort of maximizes on this. I'm not going to go in this comment. I don't have time. I just realized I have a showing in like a few minutes. But basically, one more thing I'll say is look out for a video I have coming out later today on the things you can do for free. If you paid attention yesterday, you may have gotten into the Heroes of Mavia token airdrop. So, not that much. It's 12.5 tokens times 80 cents, but that's the launch price. We don't know how that's going to go. So there's a ton of things going on, guys. I wish I could do Q&A today. I can't do it right now. I will be doing a video later. If you have any questions on this video or others, please tune in then. But I got to run. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hate that I had to cut this short. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.